Hello, welcome to my channel. Today is February 14th, and I have a pretty long meditation today. And this one is actually not really centered on me in as much as it's a more general idea or general question answer type of thing. So I'm hoping that this will spark your interest and that you will stick around for it. I want to thank everyone who subscribed and everyone who's leaving comments on the videos. I really am grateful to you for doing that. And I'm really, really happy to be able to share my journey with you. Again, I said yesterday that I was going to try and type this stuff in. This is a pretty long book with a lot of pages. So we'll see what happens. But at any rate, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Today is day number 16. Surprised at how fast this is going. I just really am. I really am. So here we go. Day number 16. Today is February 14th, 2025. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone who is celebrating. May you share your love, not just with your partner or with your pets, but also with yourself. So think about that and as you go toward the day. And I wish you a wonderful day. So February 14th, 2025, day 16. Here we go. I wrote, "It sounds crazy, but I love the smell of new books. The pages have a freshness that captivates my senses." And my Metatron says, "Wait until you get to the words." I said, "Yes, words. But sometimes words are useless, aren't they? I mean, we can sense things. Didn't you say earlier that we communicate through feelings or emotions?" And Metatron says, "In a manner of speaking, I did." Sunshine says, "How appropriate. A manner of speaking and words." Metatron says, "Well, yes, Sunshine. I figured that would draw you out and into the conversation." And I asked, "How is it that the words are used instead of feelings?" Metatron says, "Words are a way in which humans understand things. You also feel things through music. I noticed that yesterday when you practiced with your flute, when you stopped trying so hard, the notes and fingerings came. With communication, it is the same. When you don't force it, then it works. There's a lesson that is general idea. That is, everyone who watches this can apply the ideas to their own meditations or journeys. One of your viewers told you that you are on a similar journey. That is very true. Remember, Yvette, it's quality, not quantity. People will discover that the messages that you share will hit home. Then your viewership will grow." I said, "I should be patient, in other words." And Metatron says, "Yes, you should be patient. Think of it as trying to make a souffle. You are the chef creating something, and as you create, you share, and people try it, and then tell their friends, and then the ripples go out from there to others. This is how you will make a difference. The more you share, the more you are able to see the impact that it leaves." I said, "Okay, I will be patient." Metatron says, "Shall we talk about something else?" I said, "Okay, what? I generally come in here with no idea what the topics of discussion will be. It's crazy." Metatron says, "Not crazy, but I get what you're trying to say." And I said, "Every day I wonder if something earth-shattering will happen during our time together. And then when we start, the conversation is more mind-blowing than the day before. The most wonderful was meeting up with Nigel and Sunshine. The realization that Nigel is real just threw me for the biggest loop." And then I said, "Can I ask you something?" And he said, "Of course." I said, "How do I differentiate my thoughts? What is real and what is fantasy?" And Metatron says, "That is determined by your ego. Remember what you heard about ego when you were younger?" "Yes," I said, "easing God out." And Metatron says, "Exactly. When you are thinking about a topic and it feels as though it is a material idea, take your daydreams as an instance. Most of those were started as an ego thing, something that made you want to stand out as a person. meeting a celebrity, an amazing meeting after a concert, even recreating an experience that you hope to relive because it was so gloriously delicious. All of those things are from your ego. It doesn't mean that you are easing God out. It just means that materially the experience would benefit you, but not necessarily enhance your spiritual expansion. Okay, I said, but couldn't that lead into a spiritual awakening? Metatron says it could, and generally your ego may not be thinking about that. Basically, your ego is focused on the physical reality. The notion is, I will be happy if this happens. As a child, you daydreamed constantly about meeting your favorite band or going on a trip. The meeting with your favorite band did nothing for you spiritually, but the trip opened your eyes to new things and enabled you to grow. Why else do you think that the universe made it possible for you to go on that trip, but not meet up with your favorite music group? I said, well, I did get a letter. Metatron said, indeed you did. And that letter enabled you to grow. You didn't need to meet the person who wrote you that letter. You just needed the little nudge to get you through a tough time. Sometimes what happens to you can be far better than daydreams. I said, it can. You're right. Metatron says, do you understand the distinction now? I said, not fully, but I do know why I never got to meet the author of that letter. But still, it would have been nice if I had, if for no other reason but to say thank you. And Metatron says, maybe they already knew the impact you had. Remember what happened with TC. He knew after transitioning the impact he had on you. Well, other people you care about also know. It's no great surprise that people you knew growing up all knew upon transition the impact they had on you. Have you ever seen the movie What Dreams May Come? I said, yes, I heard about it and then watched it. It was beautiful, like a feast for the senses. And Metatron says, it is more real than you can imagine, the colors, the sensations, and the insights of it. When you one day make your transition, you will see things in a bigger, more expansive way than you can imagine. That film is more real about life after earthly life than people can imagine. I said, I can sometimes not get over how much people try to fuse religion into it. But when someone comes along and says something different than they get angry and say, you're going to that other place. And Metatron says, the other place doesn't exist, Yvette. What people believe about heaven and hell are like the childlike fear that Santa Claus will put a lump of coal in their stocking. The notion that Creator is there to punish those who go against his wishes are akin to the idea of telling a child they have to do certain things to appease an angry parent. It doesn't mean that you should just be nice, but it does mean that there are consequences to actions. I said, a lot of people complain after they do something ghastly that they are the victim. And Nigel says, yes, they do, love, but you know that these people are not firm in their beliefs. The notion of playing victim when the universe responds is what enforces them to believe that Creator is angry. They then respond to people around them in an angry manner. That is why you have gotten away from religion. I said, yes. I said, these people act as though God only speaks through them and use this as a means of control. And Metatron says, exactly, the human race puts their conditions and expectations on the Creator. They will say, I am of a devil or a demon, and I am nothing of the sort. Those who speak to you through these exercises are of the light. If something of the darkness were to come into our circle, I would know. For what it's worth, you would as well. This is not me playing celestial policeman. It is simply the idea of where there is light, darkness cannot exist. I said, that's deep. Sunshine says, yeah, too deep. You've talked about some pretty intense stuff, but where's the fun? All of this serious talk is not something I want to delve into. And I said, what do you want to tell me, Sunshine? And she says, oh, I don't know. I just want you to know that I'm here and I will protect you from the dark forces. And I said, like Princess Leia? And she says, no, like Luke Skywalker. I don't need saving. You know that. I said, yeah, well, you do know that Princess Leia proved herself to be very strong and courageous, don't you? Don't let the title princess fool you. And Sunshine says, I know. I just think the idea of someone being saved is silly. Nigel says, you thinking about something being silly? That's a new one on me. And I said, me too, Nigel. And Sunshine says, oh, come on, you guys, stop ganging up on me. And I said, what? Are you playing the victim, Sunshine? We're just teasing you. And she says, I know. And I said, so what is the lesson here? Metatron says, the lesson is to go forward in the trust that you are hearing from me, your guides and spirit, all of the light. If something seems like a reward, or if you do this, you will get that, then it is not of the light. The universe does not work that way. The cause and effect work in this way. If you do a good deed, the effect will be money or material reward. It will be the good feeling that you did something nice for another. No one should do a good deed and expect money or a material reward. That defeats the purpose. Instead, go forward and do good deeds because the result will be a heightened spiritual impact. You will feel better for it. Incidentally, do you know why you never met Peter Tork? I said, no. Why? Metatron says he did not need your thanks for writing you that letter. He knew internally that having written to you was the right thing to do. He knew that although you never met, that you were going to be okay, and he was right. I said, I always thought that there was something mystical about him. Maybe that was why I spent so much time daydreaming about him. As I grew up, I began to see through the press about him and that my assertions about him might have actually been accurate. And Metatron said, indeed they were. I said, thank you all for giving me more to think about. I'm grateful. And Nigel says, we send you nothing but the light. And I said, I have one more question. Metatron says, yes. I said, yesterday I was practicing my flute, and for the first time since getting this new music, I was able to play better than ever. Was TC there? I had the uncanny sense that he was. Was he? And Metatron says, what do you think? I said, I think he was there. And Metatron says, and so it is. Yes, he was. He was the voice in your mind telling you, don't think about it, just play. When you did that, the music flowed. I said it did. So thank you, Mr. C, and sending love and light back to you all. And with that was the end of the meditation. I really liked it. I thought it was really wonderful, and I thought that it gave me some insight about just general things about the way the universe works. And I love the idea of doing good deeds, not for the sake of reward, but for the sake of the feeling that you get, because that good feeling is its own reward. And I thought that was very, very special. And I think that that is something that maybe I don't think about as much as I should. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people want that instant satisfaction of having done something and thinking, okay, then I deserve a reward for having done this. But the reality is, the reward is the good feeling that comes with it. And I think that was pretty much reemphasized again and again in today's meditation. So, yeah, I guess I can just say go forth and do good deeds, do good works. Hold the door open for that stranger as they're going through the supermarket, or, just be there for a friend if they need you. And hold them in the light when they need a thought, a prayer, or a good bit of light. I always say holding you in the light because I feel that is more profound than saying, I'll pray for you, because prayer has become a sort of a crutch for religion, and I'm not a religious person. I'm just me. So, but I always say holding you in the light. So as we go forth this day, I'm holding you in the light, and I wish you a wonderful day. And as always, Take care and namaste.